Buccaneers fans, what if I told you that one of our most inspiring rookies, a player who overcame every obstacle, earned national honors, and finally reached his NFL dream, just saw it all ripped away in a single, cruel moment? This isn't just a story about injury. This is a story about heartbreak, hope, and the brutal cost of chasing greatness in the NFL. And it's only the beginning. Buccaneers Nation, get ready. Because what's happening right now at training camp isn't just football. It's raw emotion, painful reality, and the kind of drama that reminds us why this game grabs our hearts and never lets go. We're talking about shattered dreams, painful decisions, and a powerful reminder that no one, not even a fan favorite, is safe from football's darkest side. Let's begin with our rookie linebacker. Not just any rookie. This kid had the kind of story that makes you believe anything is possible. He came from a small school, transferred to Central Arkansas, and exploded onto the national scene. He didn't just play well, he dominated. First-team FCS All-American. Buck Buchanan Award winner. He was the best defensive player in the entire FCS. That kind of success doesn't happen by luck. It's built on years of grind, pain, risk, and faith. He bet on himself, and he won. That bet turned into a 4-year NFL contract worth over $5 million. Nearly $1 million guaranteed. For someone from Southern Arkansas, that's not just a contract, that's a life changer. That's feeding your family. That's breaking generational cycles. That's everything. But then, one routine practice, one snap, one wrong step, and suddenly, the dream is gone. He tore his ACL before he even had a chance to play a real NFL down. And just like that, a season that was supposed to be the start of something beautiful becomes a nightmare. This isn't just about football. It's about how fragile hope can be, how fast success can vanish. One moment, you're the future of the franchise. The next, you're staring at months of surgery, rehab, and silence. For fans who bleed pewter and orange, this one hurts. Because we saw the heart. We saw the potential. And now, we're left with heartbreak. But that's just one part of what's unfolding in Tampa Bay. What do you feel after hearing this? Rate your confidence in the Bucs after this injury in the comments. Are we still on the path to greatness? Or is this a warning sign? Let your voice be heard, because Bucs Nation doesn't stay quiet when one of our own goes down. Football doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care how hard you worked, where you came from, or how badly you want it. And Friday's practice was a brutal reminder of just how cold this game can be. David Walker was running through a normal drill. No collision, no helmet-to-helmet hit. Just a step, a twist, and suddenly, everything changed. A torn ACL. Just like that, the dream is dead. For now. David Walker's entire rookie season is over before it even started. The linebacker who went from overlooked to unstoppable, from small school transfer to FCS All-American, won't play a single snap in 2025. It's one of the cruelest injuries in sports. No warning, no protection, just gone. And what hurts even more is knowing this might change his entire future. He earned a $5 million contract, yes, but the money doesn't heal the heartbreak. He was supposed to prove himself this year. He was supposed to show everyone he belonged on the stage. Now, he has to watch it all from the sideline. But just as Walker's dream was torn away, another Buck might be about to lose his too. The wide receiver room in Tampa Bay has become a pressure cooker, and it's starting to boil over. One second-year wide receiver, who was drafted just 2 seasons ago, is now fighting for his career. He's talented. He's produced when asked. He's done everything right. But none of it may be enough. Why? Because Tampa Bay is loaded. They drafted more receivers this year. 1st round, 7th round. They've got veterans. They've got rising stars. And suddenly, there may not be room for him anymore. It's not about talent. It's about math. It's about roster cuts. It's about cold, hard decisions. This young player gave everything to the team. He learned the system. He waited his turn. But the depth chart doesn't lie. And now, his name is swirling in trade rumors. Not because he failed, but because someone has to go. And that's the NFL. You can do everything right and still get pushed out the door. The team being floated as a landing spot, it could be a fresh start. Or the beginning of the end. That's what makes this so painful. He doesn't deserve to be on the bubble. But here he is, caught in a storm he didn't create. And we're just getting started. Smash that like button if your heart breaks for Walker. Comment below if you think this wide receiver deserves another chance in Tampa. And stay locked in, because the next chapter might just involve the most important name on the team. Trey Palmer's future, hanging by a thread. But this moment wasn't about trade rumors or roster cuts. This was about one man holding the fate of an entire franchise in his hands. Baker Mayfield. A simple hit, a small hand injury. And just like that, panic. Because if anything serious happened to Mayfield, the entire 2025 season might have gone up in flames. The scans came in. It's not serious. Just a hand contusion on his throwing hand. But that fear, that moment where everyone held their breath, it reminded all of us just how fragile this game really is. Baker has become the soul of this team. Back-to-back division titles, a Pro Bowl. He rebuilt this franchise when everyone thought it was dead. So when he gets hurt, even just for a second, the ground shakes in Tampa. But thank God, the scans cleared him. It's day to day, not week to week, which means the dream is still alive. And while all that tension was playing out, the chemistry between Baker and the rookie receivers was quietly growing into something special. He's already praising Emeka Egbuka like a seasoned vet. He's talking about TZ Johnson's football IQ. He sees it, we all see it. If Baker stays healthy, this offense might be unstoppable. How scared were you when the news broke about Baker's hand? Comment below. And if you believe Tampa's title hopes live and die with #6, hit that like button and show your support. All of it. Every route, every snap, every dream depends on Baker Mayfield being healthy. That's what it came down to, one minor injury that almost stopped hearts across Tampa Bay. The man who's carried this team back to relevance, the leader, the fighter. The reason this franchise still dreams of Lombardi trophies. When Baker Mayfield jammed his throwing hand and got sent for scans, there was a moment, just a flicker, when the whole Bucs organization held its breath. Because it's never just a bruise when it's your franchise quarterback. It's a warning shot. A glimpse of the edge you never want to see. But the scans came back clean. No fracture, just a contusion. And with that news, the air rushed back into every room at One Buc Place. Because everything rides on this guy. He's not just throwing to rookies like Emeka Egbuka and TZ Johnson. He's building something with them. Mayfield's already calling Egbuka an absolute stud, raving about his football IQ, his toughness, his ability to shake tackles and make plays after the catch. That's the kind of chemistry you can't fake, and that's the kind of bond that changes offenses if your quarterback is on the field to lead it. Now factor in that massive contract restructure, $30 million guaranteed for 2026. That's a commitment. That's trust. That's belief that Baker isn't just a bridge, he's the blueprint. So yeah, it wasn't a broken hand, but it could have been. And that fear, that moment, reminded us all just how much this team depends on one man's strength and health. Meanwhile, David Walker's ACL tear leaves a hole in the defense. Trey Palmer might be on his way out of Tampa, not because he failed, but because this roster is too deep. Heartbreak, business decisions, injury scares. This is what being a real contender looks like. It's never easy. It's never clean. It's always personal. So now the question becomes, can this team survive the emotional storm and still chase greatness? Let me know what you think. Bucs fans, should Trey Palmer be traded? Are you worried about Baker's hand? Drop your takes in the comments, like this video if you felt the emotion behind these stories, and don't forget to subscribe. Because this is what NFL greatness really looks like: pain, hope, belief, and resilience. Fire the cannons. The Buccaneers are fighting through it all.